American soccer is broken. It's not underfunded, it's not misunderstood, it's deliberately broken. It's a system created not to build a player up and give him as many chances possible to get to the pro level. It's to profit off of players. And once they're done with high school, once they're done with college, throw them in the dirt. And what this is doing, it's killing your chances of making it pro. All right, to break this down, we have to go to the source. In Europe, when you're young, you're growing up, you're in academy, you're youth level, up to U19, you don't pay a dime. Nothing. Starting at U16, U17, the teams actually pay you. Yes, it's minimal amounts, but it's enough to cover the cost of your football boots, your gloves, whatever it is. They pay you. In the US, what's the system? Minimum 3,000 to 4,000, usually 5,000 to 6,000 that you have to pay. Not that they pay you, that you have to pay. 5,000 to 6,000. Yeah, 1,000. That's the problem right there. So why is this such a big issue? Obviously the cost. 5,000 to 6,000 is just to pay the club. It doesn't include the fact that you have to pay for your own jerseys, you have to pay for your own sweatshirts, sweatpants, boots, gloves, shin guards, everything. It adds up. Over the year, it adds up to a lot of money. And these branded shirts and sweatshirts that have your team logo on it, they're not cheap. They run you about $70 to $100 per item. That's just for one season to half a season. Kids, when they're young, they grow fast and they're sweating a lot, they're diving, they're ripping these clothes up. That is crazy. Such a big problem with the payment system is that kids who can't afford it, who do have talent, go nowhere. Look at all the poor kids who became the top players in the world. Look at Cristiano Ronaldo, Neymar, Messi. All these guys, the top players in the world, some of all time, started poor. Ronaldo, dirt poor. If he had to pay a few $1,000s to play for Sporting, you think he'd play? No, he'd be done. He would never even become a footballer because it's just too much. In Europe, the reason why they don't pay, the reason why they take a hit, yes, it costs them to keep these facilities up, right? And since the youth don't really make the money, how do they make money? Investment. They invest in these players. Why? They find some real talent. They build them up, they develop them. And once they become really good, what do? They either profit off them through, winning, jerseys, whatever, tickets, or they sell them for millions of dollars and they make their money back tenfold, 20-fold. That's what they do. They're a lot smarter. They understand there's a lot of players who can't afford this stuff, so they allow everybody in. No matter how poor, how rich you are, everybody has a chance because they never know when they find a diamond in the rough like Cristiano Ronaldo. In the US, they don't care. They care about you paying. They want the quick cash. They don't want to develop you. There's no development in the US. Man, most of these coaches don't even know how to develop players. They don't know nothing. They want to make quick cash because there's really no future in American soccer. So what are the problems with the coaches? Look, we have a lot of coaches. We don't have nearly enough mentors. I mean, you go to any soccer club, football club, whatever, in your hometown, what do you see? A million coaches. How many of them really know anything about football? Very, very little. What they do is a lot of these guys, they want to make easy money. They go to these courses, grassroots, whatever. They get taught absolutely nothing. They have no real experience, no professional experience. And then they develop players on zero knowledge. They search up drills and then they have you do these drills, but they don't know how to develop you. They don't know what to look for, tactics, anything. And what it does is that these players growing up, they think this is what football is like. And either they hate it because it's boring what they teach, or they don't develop because they're not getting developed. Moving on to another big problem I have is how many leagues are there? EDP, ODP, MLS Next, MLS 2, ECNL. NPL, USL champ. Oh my gosh. What does any of this even mean? Half the leagues, like ODP and stuff, are complete BS. What they are made for is to just drain you of more money. Oh, you can play MLS Next and ODP, but you have to pay for both of them, and you have to pay double the amount of money you would pay if you played for one club. Guys, what is ODP? Seriously, the best players in American soccer, they don't play ODP. They play in the top MLS Next academies, or MLS Pro, Philly Union, New York Red Bulls. These are the clubs I think actually can develop players. There's so many leagues that are just completely confuses parents and kids. EDP has how many leagues? EDP 1, regional, national. What does this even mean? There's EDP national. So EDP I think is around the lowest league, right? There's EDP nationals. And your parents or you who just got into soccer, you don't really know much about soccer. EDP national, that sounds really good. We're playing nationally. We're flying all over the place, spending money. That means we must be doing something good. Come on. This means literally nothing. What is EDP national? I'm sorry to break it to you. It's a little bit harsh, but it's complete ass. That's what it is. What is done? They put these beautiful names, nationals, regionals. You fly places and you think, wow, I'm going all the way over here to play. That means my kid must be doing something right if he has to travel to play. Basically, they just make more money off of you. They put these beautiful names so you think that your kid is doing something well, and they trick you and they try to make money off of you. In Europe, everyone knows about football. So everyone knows the best leagues. But let's say still, you don't watch football and you don't know anything about the system. You come in, how does it work? There's first tier, second tier, third tier, fourth tier, fifth tier, sixth tier, seventh tier, eighth tier maybe. It just literally goes down in a line. There's a pyramid and it's one level, next level, next level, next level. It's that simple. There's not 30 different pyramids with different levels and you don't know which one to pick. It's one pyramid, so it's easy for you to keep track of it. So you understand where your kid is in proportion to the best players in the country. Creating all of these leagues is just to confuse you because they want to compete for your money. They don't have one centralized system like a lot of European countries. They don't make it easy, they don't make it simple. They just want to make money off of you. But what is the reason for this lack of knowledge when it comes to all these leagues and everything? Why is it like that? It's because we don't have any football culture. We have how many sports? American football, baseball, hockey, basketball, golf, whatever. All these sports are huge in the United States. Soccer right now is on the grow, but in Europe they have one main sport and everybody knows about it. Their streets are filled with fields. You go outside into the streets, you go anywhere, people playing soccer, kids playing soccer, it's built within the culture. So people care about this. Everybody knows who their favorite team is. They watch it every week. That's the culture. In the US, we don't have that culture. And I don't think we ever will because we have too many big sports, so it can't really become such a centralized culture in the US. But why does this culture help? Because this culture builds players from a young age. It gives knowledge to the parents, to the kids, to the coaches. You know, everybody watches football. Everybody knows everything about football. They grow up with it, so they're a lot better. They know a lot more, which in turn gives them a lot better chance to make it to a high level. The big problem in the US is, look, we try to build athletes. Soccer, football, whatever, it's one of the sports where you don't need to be an athlete to make it to the top level. There are some really skinny players. Search up Bernardo Silva. Look at his physique. Search up Cristiano, and then Adama Traore. And then search up Messi, and then Ibrahimovic. My gosh, it's a whole spectrum of players. It's literally so random. Any player can make it, and they don't really care about your physical aspect as much as the US. If you go to the US and you go to a college game, D1, D2, D3, why does everyone there look like they could be playing American football? They're all big, muscular. That's not the name of the game. Look, I'm not saying if you have a good physique, you can't be a footballer. I'm saying, We care too much about our physical traits and less about our technical and our mental. And this is not the player's fault, it's the coach's fault. Coaches, especially in D1 level, they want big athletes, strong, fast, but that's not the case. Look at some of the best players in the world, Busquets, Bernardo Silva, like I mentioned. You can even say Messi, McAllister. These guys are not your typical players you find in D1. And they're really good because they care more about the mental and the technical versus the physical. And that's a big problem we have in the US. Look, I'm not saying you can't make a pro if you're coming from the US. I'm saying don't trust the hype of these different leagues, of what they tell you that you are. Trust real development, especially from a young age. Develop yourself mentally and technically. Go into environments where you're challenged, not where you're cuddled. You know, they say, oh, good job when you mess up, where they don't care how you do. Go to environments where even when you do good, they get mad at you because they think that you can do better and they push you harder. That's how you really develop. Work with real mentors, work with pros, ex-pros, coaches with a lot of experience. These players, coaches, whoever they are, who actually know about the game, they can develop you. But be careful who you choose. Even some people with a lot of experience, they come to the US just to make easy money. Make sure you do some test lessons with them. You do some practice, do a couple of practices, see if they really try to develop you. If they don't, find somebody else. My final point is, this is what I did. I think I did it a little bit too late, but explore overseas options early. If you have the money for it, because I know it's expensive, but if you have the money for it, you know, if you save up for it, going overseas to a country to develop there is your best bet. I think that's really one of the few chances you have to make it to the pro level. I mean, we talk about Pulisic, McKinney. What did both of them do? They grew up in overseas academies. That's why they got really good. That's why they're the two best players on our team. And that's the truth. Anyways, guys, thank you guys for watching. It's the hard truth, I know. Maybe some of you weren't ready to hear it. Maybe some of you were ready to hear it. And if you're mad, that's good. You should be mad, because this is what the system is doing to you. It's trying to scam you. Anyways, guys, if you guys need any help, look, I've been through the whole system. I've gotten out of the system. I played Portugal Premier League Academy. I played professionally in Europe and Malta. Guys, I know how to get out of it. Please message me for free, completely free. I don't ask for anything. Message me. I put the link to my Instagram down below. Follow me on there. Message me. Let me know you're from the video, and I will help you out for free. See you guys.